Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back again today with another 9 trades. Today's date is July the 8th and I'm using my new FX trigger system. I love it. It makes my trading easy and a lot of fun to trade with. Love these blue lines and boxes. Indicates to me whether I should be buying and or selling. It will give pop-up alerts, audio alerts, and a pop-up box telling you which pairs you should at least go and look at. Doesn't mean to take every trade, as you should be just taking the trades that are like very good, like in your favor. And I teach all of these tips and tricks within the training videos. Now before I get into the trades, I want to say or tell you something that is very important. People think that they're going to buy an indicator or a system and that's going to make them a successful trader. It doesn't work like that. And I'm speaking from almost 17 years of trading with experience. Everybody trying to sell you a system, they won't tell you this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to inform you that all trading systems will work less than 50% of the time. That includes all my trigger systems. It took me 8 years and over 700 systems to learn that. I remember every week dishing out money, buy another system. Kept buying systems and hoping to find the magical system. There's no such thing as that. Now, if you want to get your success rate to 80 or 90%, you will have to learn how to trade the flow of the market, which is what I teach. You will also have to learn trade management and money management. To be successful in trading, all you need is a lot of chart time, a lot of demo trading, and a lot of education. I provide the education. You must buy this education, and then you must do the homework, or you will fail at trading. I highly suggest putting in more than one trade at a time, as no one knows which pair will move the greatest number of pips. That is why I place 3 or more trades at a time. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This will encourage me to do more of these videos. If you leave your name and email address, I will put you on my email list for free weekly trading tips. Even myself, if I would have bought any of the trigger systems many years ago, more than likely I would have failed at trading with it. But if you keep getting your hands on more and more education, which I have a lot of it, remember I got 32 trigger systems, if you keep getting your hands on more and more education, in other words the training videos and all the other stuff I throw in as bonuses, eventually the light bulb will go off and you will find success. Remember, it doesn't make any difference who you buy it from, but you must keep buying education until you find success. And remember, only demo trade until you find success. Every trader gets this wrong, including me, as 16 years ago, 15 and 16, I was doing it wrong. And it didn't take me long before I lost $30,000 to the markets. So I highly suggest, instead of giving the money to the brokers, buy education. Doesn't have to be from me, but it's got to be from somebody. So I also want to point out, whoever picks up my FX trigger system, I will show you how you can get your hands on this trading simulator for the MT4. Every Saturday and Sunday, this is what I do, up to 8 hours on the weekend. I still do it. That is why I have a very high success rate, at least 95%. And the reason for that is every weekend I keep practicing. You can put in orders, buy and sell, stop loss, take profits, trailing stop. It has a lot of features. Way too much to go through right now. And this is totally free. There's absolutely no charge for this. And the reason why I like it is because it's the one that got me to get over 100 pips usually. Pretty much every day I'm getting over 100 pips, and that's directly related to that I practice every weekend. So I get very good. As you can see, there's a results tab down here within your MT4 strategy tester. As you can see, on this particular day, which I took a snapshot of it, I did 26 trades, did have a loser here, probably had a couple more, but not a big deal. You can put in easy, very easy, 50 to 100 trades each day, and it doesn't take long before your trading will get much better. This is what you need to practice with. And then by the time Monday rolls around, or Sunday night, depending on which session you're trading, you will begin to see the market movement, the flow of the market, and how and when you should actually pull the trigger. So anyhow, we can lower that and get to the trades now. Keep that in mind, that you will go through a lot more than one trading system. So be prepared for that if you wish to become a successful trader. And as you can see here, out of all these trades, most of them were winners. I do have the odd loser, and there's an outside chance if I wait around long enough, this will continue to hook around and go up. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm not going to worry about it, as I wanted to just close out the trades with well over 100 pips. I'm very happy for that. And as you can see, I took all the trades around 6:30, and I closed out all the trades just a little bit after 8 a.m. So for roughly an hour and a half work, I'm in, I managed the trade, I closed the trades, and today I was done by roughly 10 after 8 a.m. So I have all day now to do as I please. So let's check out these trades. Pound Aussie, drag and drop it up. Let's see where I got in at. Now I was hoping it was just going to bounce here and keep going up. It just never happened. Not a big deal. And it can still hook around and continue up. But I did take the trade. I bought it here. And I just closed it out because I was happy with the grand total. So I ended up losing 4 pips. This is very important. You got to keep your losers small. I teach things like that in the training videos. Keep your losers small and let your winners, grab a bunch of pips on your winners. And this is the proper way to trade. So on this particular trade, losing 4 pips, ended up losing minus $445. Moving right along, dollar CAD. By the way, these are the pairs that I look at every day, I focus on every day. I don't bother. The odd time I'll do futures, but I'm not a big fan of futures, mainly because of the digits, and I have my personal reasons. But you can trade any of my trigger systems on anything that your MT4 platform and your broker offers you. So let's move along. Dollar CAD. On this particular trade, it did go against me, and there's my stop. Not a big deal. Now some of these trades, just to let you know, they went more than 10 or 20 pips against me. But I teach how you can drill down the lights. Yes, that's what I call it, drilling down the lights from the daily, as I'm a day trader. Not necessary to go any higher than that. Daily 4 hours. I show exactly how to do that in the training videos, exactly what to be looking for on all the indicators here. And then you can go down to the 15 and or the 5 to pull the trigger with a relatively, if you get your timing right, obviously if I pull the trigger here, it did not go against me at all. But once you learn how to trade, you learn the flow of the market, you know that it's gonna go and give you at least some pips. Now it went around 30 pips against me, not a big deal. I closed it out here, only 3 pips. Remember, I'd rather have a 3-pip winner than a 50-pip loser. And those 3 pips on the dollar CAD paid $238. Now I will get some traders saying, well, look at you, you're losing 30 pips here. Well, I just happen to know how much the market will move before it'll pull against me, before it'll continue to go up. And this can easily go up, but if it doesn't go up, well, guess which way it's going to go. And if I wish to continue trading, then I could be pulling the trigger and doing the pullback. By the way, I teach how to do pullbacks. From here to here is a pullback in an uptrend. So like this is an uptrend, this is a pullback. Just in case you didn't know that. Pound New Zealand, let's see where I got in on this trade. And by the way, if I'm not mistaken, all of these trades were a great way to trade. In other words, it looks exactly like this, using the indicators on the top and the bottom. And as you can clearly see, we've got 2 or more blue boxes suggesting the higher time frames, and we've got the 2 blue lines here, buy signal from way back here, right there. There's your arrow. Quite simple. Could have pulled the trigger last night, and look at how many pips. Got the buy signal approximately right here. I could have woke up this morning with 122 pips. Actually, I was looking at the charts last night. I was thinking about taking it, but I got sidetracked watching the Stanley Cup final hockey game. And congratulations to Tampa Bay for winning the cup 2 years in a row. But I knew come in the morning, I knew that I would easily grab another 100 or more pips. So I don't know about you, but I'm happy with 100 or more pips per day. Moving right along, Euro CAD right here. Again, perfect example, nice and clear, great way to trade. There it is right there. It did a bit of a pullback. I wasn't too worried about it. Here's my stop. Remember what I said, 10 or 20 pips will not cut it. Stop was only 27 pips, went against me about 19 pips, and it did the hook around. I was hoping it was going to break the top and keep going. Now it can still do that, but I'm not expecting that to happen, even though it can happen. Right now at this point, it would be very good to trade back to the goal line. At this point, I got 16 pips, and 16 pips on the Euro CAD paid $1,192. And remember, pulling the trigger right now, your stop is only 11 pips, and you're looking to get around 60 pips. So I'm not going to take the trade right now, as it's going to fiddle around here for a while, and I have to wrap up this video. Moving right along to the next trade. Pound dollar. Love doing my workhorses. Another perfect example of a great way to trade. When I first put in the trade, obviously the stop would have been a little bit higher. Not a big deal. Did go against me. Again, not a big deal. I tightened up my stop when it got around here. But at this point, it did go against me. It was only about 15 pips. And I closed it out here, being very happy with 14 pips. And 14 pips on the pound dollar paid $1,400. And remember, everything is screaming to sell from the boxes, the red lines, all the way from back here. So you could have did a lot of trading even through the Asian last night. I teach how to trade with a day job, pull the trigger. Your signal is here. You can get in, wake up in the morning with it's only 40 pips, but hey, nothing wrong with waking up with an extra $400 in your account. That's per standard lot, of course. $400 before you go to work. So let's see. And I'm sure by the time you start mastering this, it won't take long before you will quit your job. Now that depends on, of course, if you love your job or you hate your job. And most people are they're not crazy about their job. They want to make more money and work only a couple hours a day like I do. Pound dollar, let's see, euro Aussie. Let's go and run a check on this trade. This is a beautiful looking chart example of a great way to trade. When I woke up this morning, I knew I was going to grab some pips. Now, it does not mean I'm going to get 100 pips or even 50 pips, but I know I'm going to get some pips. And sometimes some pips are not a lot. There's my stop. In here, stop was 20 pips, which, by the way, my auto stop up here does a default of 30 pips, but I tightened it up after I put in the trade. And then, of course, I ended up closing out the trade with looks like 21 pips, and 21 pips on the Euro Aussie trade paid $1,409. Moving right along to the next trade, Euro New Zealand. See where I got in at. Drag and drop. Another perfect example of a great way to trade. Everything is screaming to buy, so guess what I did? I bought. Even though you got to be a little bit careful because it hit the high here. But, you know, these workhorses can easily do. Look at the ADR, top left corner, 140 pips. Today did 195 pips. So what's wrong with grabbing a few pips? I'm not looking for 100 pips, you know, but this still pumped out 39 pips. And 39 pips on the Euro New Zealand trade paid $2,638. Moving right along. Let's check out this next trade. Pound Swiss. Drag and drop it up. Another perfect example. When I come to the computer, it can be London, by the way. London opens right here. So for you London traders, you're going to love my trigger system. Get in and look at that. That's 124 pips. But I'm sleeping. I get up right here. Didn't take me long to spot it. I took the trade. At this cursor, stop was only around 15 pips, and I closed it out for no particular reason other than being happy with 27 pips. And 27 pips on the pound Swiss trade paid $2,945. Okay, moving on to the last trade, pound yen. Let's see where I got in at. So it is exactly what I said at the beginning. All of these trades were a great way to trade. For me, it's at least a 95%, and as you can see, one loser. So it's around 95% minimum. Well, something like that anyhow. Anyhow, there's my stop right there, little mark there. I put my trade in. Stop was only 15 pips, went against me 7 pips, and I was very happy closing out the trade with 44 pips. And 44 pips on the pound yen trade paid $3,921. So today was another great day of trading. And today's total, I got well over my 100 pips quota. I ended up with 164 pips. That's including the minus trade here. So that's 164 pips. And those 164 pips paid $13,856. So if your trading is not all that great, I suggest you get your hands on a pretty good system. Remember, you still have to learn how to trade the markets. But as far as I'm concerned, this FX Trigger is a really good system. At least it is for me. Anyhow, if you look right below this video, you'll see this FX Trigger system. I do charge $250 for it. I teach how to trade the flow of the market. My system comes with over 4 gigabytes of training, and you'll get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. Now there's 5 MT4 templates, 12 custom indicators, and of course my favorite meter. I threw in a lot of PDF books, a lot of Word documents, and these 9 bonus videos. This is what you're going to need, a lot of education, and you cannot be lazy. As I said earlier, you must do the homework. You must get the education and then you must do the homework. So, too many traders, they just want to make more money than doctors and lawyers, and they think it's going to be easy. This is more difficult than trying to become a doctor or lawyer. And the only difference is, it doesn't have to take 7 years, and you don't have to spend $250,000. So if you want to make a lot more money than doctors and lawyers, this is the road you should go down. It's the road I went down, and I'm very happy for that. So now there's a lot of ways to trade, and I do teach a lot of ways. Every trade today was a great way to trade. And since there's a lot of ways that I teach, and don't forget, right here in red, I have a long video, 50 minutes, on how to backtest using the trading simulator. That's why I bumped it up one more video from 42 to 43 training videos. Now you can put this on pause, read all the information here. Any questions at all? Quite simple. Pick up the phone and call me. Here's my number. And of course, if you wish, you can always shoot me an email. Remember, there's an underscore right here. Now, I really do prefer Skype. I made it easy for you. Just click on this link. We will have a connection. And through Skype screen sharing, I will give you some free tips and tricks. And it really should help your trading, if nothing else. And remember, it is totally free, no obligation to you. So now you know what to do. And of course, if you click on this link, you'll see 32 screenshots of all the trigger systems I've been building over the years. That just about wraps up this video, and I'll repeat it one more time. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trade, happy trading, and remember, keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.